Here's the thing. Evelyn Hugo is going to make you question your life, question your capacity to demand from life what you ought to demand from it, okay? And yeah, that is Evelyn Hugo for you. Hi guys, it's your boy awomkenneth and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're here, you're going to be listening to me react or review The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. This is an amazing book. This review is coming, pretty late, but I really want to talk about it, okay? And just to give you like a brief of what the book is all about. I'm not going to be doing like a spoiler or anything like that. I'm just going to talk in a broad sense of it, right? But reclusive Hollywood icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monique Grant to write her story, no one is more astounded than Monique herself. Determined to use this opportunity to jumpstart her career, Monique listens in fascination from making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to leaving show business in the 80s, and of course the 7 husbands along the way. Evelyn unspills a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and a great forbidden love. But as Evelyn's stories near its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in a tragic and irreversible ways, right? Written with Reid's signature talent for creating complex, likable characters, this is a mesmerizing journey through the splendor of old Hollywood into the sobering realities of the present day as 2 women struggle with what it means and what it costs to face the truth. Okay, so when I first read this part of the book before reading it, this didn't do anything for me. Like, reading it now, I'm like, oh, so this is what you're talking about. I get it now. But when I read it first without reading the pages of this, I don't want to swear, this book, it didn't sink. But going through it, I was like, if I catch the writer, I'm gonna smack this book on your head. Anyway, let's talk about the writing style first of all. I feel like the writing style was great. I could clearly picture what the writer was writing about. I could see it vividly, right? And it was also sort of like fast-paced. There wasn't too many cliffhangers, but there were cliffhangers in the sense that you're always looking forward to the next story. Like, you can't wait for the end because the end has been said, Like, basically the book is like, here is the ending, we're gonna do this at the end and you're gonna be shocked. And you're like, okay. And as you read, you progress along, you're like, what more could you say? What is gonna be more horrible than this at the end? And I really like the writing style. It was great. That's one. Secondly, let's talk about the theme. The theme of this book is quite complex in itself, that it has a very complex character at the forefront of it. She's ambitious, she's a go-getter, she is, where there's a will, there's a way. In the physical sense of it, the character is transformative in the sense that her life is transformative. Like you see the character grow, blossom, and become empowered. And the character is also ruthless, right? And these are just like themes describing the character. But the theme of the book is one of like love, romantic dreaminess of love, if that's a category, because it's not romantic, it's romantic dreaminess of love. That's how I would describe it. Another theme of it is queerness. I feel like the queerness in this book is not screaming. It doesn't scream at you, but it's there. It, like, when you read the book, you realize that the queerness has always been there in your face, but it wasn't just talking out loud. Then another theme of this book is, I think I saw somewhere someone said sacrifice. I'm not sure about sacrifice, because you put sacrifice and ruthlessness in there. I mean, there were instances of sacrifices, but I mean the ruthlessness sort of like overshadowed that. But I feel like love, ambition, comes to mind, and yeah, like love. I want to say friendship, but I feel like that still falls under love. So those are like themes that surrounds this book. Now, let's talk about Evelyn herself. I really don't want to spill much, and again, it's been a while since I read this book, so not everything is coming to mind. I'm not as angry. I'm not as riled up as I was when I finished the book, because the ending was spectacular. The ending was, I was gobsmacked. I was shocked. I mean, I feel like I want to say I saw it coming, but I didn't really see it coming, to be honest. The ending was like, oh damn, I see what you're doing, Taylor. I see what you're doing. But if we were to talk about Evelyn, I don't think we would exhaust how bold she was. How the thing I admired the most was, Evelyn said, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do it. Like life, I'm in control of you. Like just that control, that sheer grit or grace to just like wholeheartedly believe in yourself and do it is admirable. But the way and techniques and things she did to do it makes you want to question why be ambitious in the first place. Ambitious in that sense of her way or style of ambitiousness, if that makes sense. But yeah, like Evelyn is just she's a force to be reckoned with. I do not approve her methods, by the way. Like her methods were just screaming for help and therapy. But at the end of the day, the character said they did not regret, which is kind of like hard to contend to it, because at the end of the day, you're human. And I feel like, this is just a character. But if this was a real person, maybe some of the decisions might have been regrettable, because they should have been in my context. But I really just admire the character in the sense of like the power that she exudes and also controls, right? Like that's something that you leave with this book, looking back into your life and seeing how you're making your decisions and seeing how you're standing for yourself, and if you're doing that at all. So let's talk about the husbands. 7 husbands, right? It's been a while since I read this book, so I sort of like forget most of them. But the one I remember the most is Harry, because Harry was always there. Well, technically, he was never a husband, if you know what I mean, if you read the book. But yeah, like I just loved that friendship and how they were able to be there for each other, or they always had been there, or they were always there for each other, right? So yeah, I love the Harry aspect of it, and that also leads into like the queerness of the book, which sort of like makes me sad. I wish it was a happy ending, but it wasn't. It was tragic, and you sort of want to cry, but I mean, if it were to be a happy ending in terms of the queerness part, then we wouldn't have this book, right? And another subtle fact of queerness about the book was Evelyn herself. I don't want to talk about it to give away the spoilers, but it really brings to the forefront in a very subtle way about how people define queerness and how people are quick to categorize queer people into boxes. So yeah, a lot of interesting conversations like came out of this book. I feel like this would just be like, put it in a friends group, ask everybody to read it, and say, everybody debate. It's like going into the wild forest and just like lighting up the forest, you know, like, yeah, it's not gonna end. It's a conversation starter for sure. But yeah, that's my review of The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. It's an amazing book. I feel like everybody should read it. Read it if you can get your hands on it. Yeah, and let me know what you think. If you have, let me know what you think in the comment section. But yeah, I hope I did a good justice to it. I'm still learning how to review books, but yeah. Subscribe to the channel. More content like this coming up soon, hopefully. Yeah, but I'm still figuring things out. But anyway, subscribe, stay safe, and see you in my next one. Peace.